have you with us from Gerald J. Ford Stadium in Dallas. We have a top 25 clash between two of the best teams in the sport and both hoping to enhance their postseason resume. It's the Kansas State Wildcats and the SMU Mustangs. Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe working the sidelines. We'll check in with her shortly. The Mustangs headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. So important to keep your concentration. Get off on the snap count, not before it. It's 1st and 15. Johnson looking to throw. It's complete to the left. Out to the 35-yard line, and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
They opened up this drive, getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's 1st down again. Running inside, it's Jackson. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Rides to the back. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. That ought to be enough to give Kansas State the 1st down.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
And the Wildcats are marching down the field. Johnson wants to throw it. Grabs the screen around all kinds of defenders. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. They force a negative play.
The Wildcats with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Booster. Go. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. catch in the middle. It's Fields. He snagged him, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
Defense has their hands full with this one. I know he's not the biggest guy playing the running back position right now, but they know he's going to be catching it too, and they're going to have to bring this guy down in space. In the passing game, they better make sure they get a lot of hats to the football. They've got their hands full.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a third down and short. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, and they finally forced the fourth down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big fourth down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
Hauls it in, looking for space. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. To the air, it's Jennings. The sure hands, it's Hale. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
They're going to test the right side with this one.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They feed him again. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke. Not much room to run.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a 4th down.
Well, it's not quite the start this offense wanted to have on 3rd down. It's their first opportunity. That one falls incomplete. They're going to have to be better on those critical downs as this game goes on.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. The run to the left. Turning it on. Picks up the first down. Crosses midfield. The 30. He's at the 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Kansas State.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
And the extra point splits the uprights.
Kansas State 7, SMU 0. Number 45 set to kick this one away.
On the move from inside his 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. They'll try the right side. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. That's the end of the period, and Kansas State is on top. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. First play of the period, first down here. Motion from the back. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the first half, but there's been nothing going for him like you just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter in space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball for you to come back in this game. Right now, running it, though, very difficult.
Back to throw, it's Jennings. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's third down from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. And the third down pass is incomplete.
Yeah, he's not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
And the Mustangs will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Then that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again.
Yeah, that fun.
Breaks into the open. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
Tell you what, that read game really slows you down defensively, kind of makes you play responsibility football. And when you get chunks like that on first down as an offense, I would continue to come back to it.
The Wildcats can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jackson. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Johnson looking to throw. Shoots it to the left. On the left side, grabbed by Williams. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And the Wildcats have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again, and why not? That's caught. It's Jackson. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. He had to fight for a couple down to the 33.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. Got his man downfield. That'll be enough for a 1st down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
And the Wildcats go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Everybody and their brother showing blitz. They'll try the run. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. He's moving out of the pocket. He makes a grab, and he will score! Touchdown, Wildcats!
Number 5 in the end zone.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they close the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown.
Number 43 sets a kickoff.
And with that kickoff going out of bounds, they will get great field position to start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Might be calling a hot route. Handoff to the single running back. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Now the play fake. Fires to the right. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On 2nd and 10, a 4 wide out set, trips right. Looking for a man. It's Jennings. Throws to the wide out. That's caught. It's Singleton. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
And this offense is going to need more of those, man. You've dug yourself a little bit of a hole. Defense still giving up points on the last possession, man. You got to put it in overdrive. You need more big plays, more shots down the field. You've got to continue to be aggressive.
This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Trying to set up the screen. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Mustangs call a timeout. It'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Red pass, it's complete. Can White cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Now the Wildcats call a timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, SMU!
And that's exactly what the offense needed right there. A touchdown here, and I know it's taken a while. They hadn't had a lot of success up until that moment. Late in the second quarter, they finally were able to punch one in the end zone, and that's going to give them some confidence now to take into the locker room here shortly at halftime, but they've got to play much better in the second half.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Trying to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So frustrating for an offense to just give away yards with false start penalties. The run inside. It's Jackson. Crosses the 30. He's got away. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground. Kansas stay quick to the line. Johnson wants to throw it. Here's the pressure. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
And finally, this quarterback looks human. For one play, he has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his first incompletion of the game.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to throw for it. He lets one fly deep. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on third down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. Then all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
Secures it at the 30. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
One of the biggest days of the college football season, and we've got you covered here from the EA Sports Studios in Orlando. We begin with the Delaware Blue Hens taking on the UNLV Rebels. And it's the Blue Hens with a double-digit lead. You can't count out the opposition, but I'd say the defense looks awfully stout so far. Here now, a look at some other games of note, including a big upset inside the American Conference.
The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They start this third quarter, 1-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Motion from the wide receiver. The Wildcats use the first of their 3 timeouts. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down.
Black 14! Black 14! Tip! Black 42 Express! Black 42
Looking to throw, it's Jennings. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Kansas State will get things going as they take over on offense. They weren't able to move it on their last possession, ended up punting it away, but now in a tight game, another opportunity for this offense. And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Johnson looking to throw. Makes the catch. It's Jackson. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. Gets it to the back. And he gets it out past the sticks. It'll be first down for Kansas State.
Well, after allowing a touchdown on the last drive, this offense has to be able to answer. And getting that 3rd down here on the 3rd play of this drive is a good step toward doing that. Nice job by the QB. Good rhythm. This offense now has got it going. They need to pay this thing off, but that was a big one, no question.
Kansas State back at it after picking up the first down. Wants to throw it again. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Gonna look downfield again. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And that was a big objective for this defense coming into the game. Talking to coaches, we want to keep him in the pocket. We don't want him to use his wheels. He's fast, he's elusive, can make big plays. Nice job by the defense keeping him in the pocket and getting the sack.
They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. Throws it back. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he is not going to get there as the defense gets him on the ground.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
They booted away on 4th down. Just needs a crack to get a return. Was looking for more running room but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
And finally, we see a nice gain. That's his best run of the game. And this offense works best when he is going. And then you can throw the passing game and the play action, and there's more balance. So maybe that's a sight of things to come. Maybe they can get this thing going and get back in this football game.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Sends it back in motion. To the ground. He's got it again. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Back to pass, it's Jennings. Finds the tight end. Makes the catch, and he's free. And he'll run out of bounds, but a much-needed productive play in the passing game.
What a weapon this guy is, right? At the tight end position, not only can he get open, he can run away from people after the catch. He's a big dude, so he's hard to bring down anyway, but the speed is what makes him different.
This attack so lethal with that big play capability. Now 1st and 10 from the 29. He wants to change this route. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to fire. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
Hey, this offense, man, they talked about it coming out of half. They wanted to get their guy into a rhythm. To do that, man, you got to protect him. You got to keep him upright. He's been hit a lot. He hasn't made that many plays throughout this football game. They got to do a better job of protecting their guy.
This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short if teams want to make their move in the rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. Tight game like this one late, and those types of mistakes can just crush you. Let's see what they've got on 3rd and long. The play action fake. Working the middle, it's complete. Across the 25, he's got room. Touchdown, Mustangs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
The extra point here would tie the game. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the 4th. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they pay it off with a strike from 38 yards out. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Tie game, fourth quarter, plenty of time to work with, exactly where you want to be in this one. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Johnson wants to throw it. Fires to the wideout. And it's intercepted. Oh, what a big play in a tie game. Trying to take it back at the 20. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Mustangs.
It's the one thing the head coach challenges his team with, guys. Late in games in the fourth quarter, tie ball game, who's going to step up and make a play? That guy did right there. Picking it off, taking it to the house.
They'll try to add another to their lead. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Wildcats come out and set and ready to go. And now, after being stymied for this entire second half, they must put a scoring drive together here and answer that last touchdown. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good gain, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the back. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33. This could be the biggest play of the game so far. 3rd down and 2. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. The Wildcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
The Wildcats trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Johnson looking to throw. Caught by Williams on the left. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. So can the defense get one more stop, one more time, and hold on to this lead? On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Pressure coming, and they got it.
3rd downs are so crucial, and quarterbacks, you want them to be, elite with their functioning, be able to go through their progressions, get rid of the football, not take sacks. But they just took a sack. How about the individual effort by that defense, understanding 3rd down and getting to the quarterback?
Trailing by a touchdown, this 4th down opportunity is gargantuan. Big tight end makes the grab, 1st down, still on his feet. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this 2-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just to find completions, and no doubt that's going to be the same thing here in this 2-minute drive.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's first caught, and he's got room. Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole, and the quarterback throwing a strike.
Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They've pieced together a couple of 1st downs, and here they come again.
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing. You need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Johnson wants to throw it. Quick strike complete. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Timeout taken here, 2nd one called by Kansas State. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. And the Wildcats lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. Trying to make magic with his feet. Got enough to move the sticks. 1st down from the 17.
Yeah, and I like the quarterback's quick decision-making, puts it on the ground, decides to take it himself, goes, gets the necessary yardage, 1st down.
Kansas State has it with another 1st and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Going for 6. And he's got it. He's got it for a touchdown. And here in the final minute, they're a single point behind.
Man, great execution. That is how it's done late in the football game now. All you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do. Just like practice, knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and and we might be looking at overtime soon.
They just need the extra point to deadlock this game. And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the fourth. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they've got it locked up in the final minute after the touchdown and extra point. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to pass. It's Jennings. Using his feet to buy time. Got room at the 35. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his feet as he moves those sticks. Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game. Took just one play, and they got it almost to midfield. First down from the 49. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to throw on first down. Snagged out of the air. And he's wrestled to the ground. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. The Mustangs can really attack on this second and short. Reads it, fires complete. Could not make his way to the corner. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. And how about this? They're going to send the kicker out there to try to put a thunderfoot into one. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. And he's going to have to reach to the bottom of his toenails and muster every ounce of kicking force he's got to try to win the game. So look at this. They're sending out the kicker to try a long one. They're going to reach for the miracle, a long field goal attempt to win the game or give up a kick 6. 4 quarters not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football. I'm finding out which of these two teams is the most mature, who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play.
We'll get it started here in overtime. The give. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Trying play action. Unloads to the right. Almost had the huge interception there. Man, what a change that would have been. Instead, we're looking at 3rd down.
Yeah, nice coverage, and you'd like to snag that interception, but there's always a reason why these thoroughbred athletes play defense. It's usually because of their lack of hands, like you just saw.
Now 3rd and long here in overtime as this defense wants to force a field goal attempt. To the air, it's Jennings. Throws to the tight end. On target over the middle. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
And it's just nice, man, to have a big tight end that can work the middle of the field. Like, I can throw it over linebackers' heads, and he's big enough to really be a target before it gets to the safeties. And they run these post patterns, man, and when you throw them on time, they're extremely hard to stop.
And the Mustangs have it with a 1st and 10. Tight end now in motion. Wants to adjust the pattern. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Back to pass. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, SMU! They take the lead here in overtime.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get him. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and 2-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season. I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Wildcats. They got it in the end zone. Now a decision to make with a point after.
First off, really impressed by how physical this guy is still running the ball this late in the game. And now it's decision time. You want to play it safe, kick the extra point, or are you feeling aggressive to go for 2 points?
And I think this is all about how you feel about your defense and how you feel about this game extending. Do I have a chance? Do I have better players? Am I more fatigued? Like, all this has to come into account because you got a chance right now with one play to win this football game.
Here comes the offense on 1st down. Complete on the left to Williams. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Running inside. It's Jackson. They make the stop after a pickup of 3 just inside the red zone at the 19.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
He did everything he could to find enough running room, but he'll be stopped about 3 yards short of the 1st down marker. It's 4th down.
Man, that's a really good job by the defense because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
Passing on the field goal, and they'll try to move the chains on 4th and short. Unloads quickly. And they get him down short of the first down marker. Defense has its back against the wall as they try to extend this game and force another overtime. They'll run it to the right. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Winning first down is such a big deal on defense. Like getting them into more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that first down.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to throw. It's Jennings. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. Defense going to use a timeout here to make sure everyone is crystal clear on their assignment here in overtime. They're already in position for a potential game-winning field goal here on 1st and goal in overtime. They'll send the tight end in motion. He might want another play. They'll run it on 1st and goal. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I love the run game down here. I love being able to give it to a back and be able to trust him. Listen, he didn't have any touchdowns on the season, so I know he's wanting to punch one in. And down here, giving me the opportunity. Let me prove myself, so I love the big fella getting the football.
They'll try to dial up a better one this time on 2nd and goal from the 5. The run up the middle, trying to find its way to the goal line. A game winner! What a finish in double overtime with the touchdown!
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
With the win today, they're now bowl eligible, and that's certainly worth celebrating, at least to some degree, wouldn't you say, guys?
Yeah, listen, at the start of the year, there are a lot of goals that get put up on the blackboard. Reaching a bowl game is one of them. So now you can go ahead and